I can start since Tracy called
Yes.
me out.
Great.
Tracy, on the unofficial depth chart that came out on, I believe, Wednesday or Thursday, Trevor Etienne is going to be the starting punt returner and kick returner. What did you see from him in training camp and the preseason to make you confident that he's ready to take that role?
He's really thrown himself into the role mentally, physically, obviously, but he cares about it. He's putting in the work. You see him after practice every day. He's getting as many catches as he can. That depth chart doesn't have to walk out there, but he's kind of shown that he really wants to take the job. We have punt catchers still on the roster, still on the active roster, so we have options there. But we're leading into the week that way.
Is did part of the calculus was part of the calculus that okay, um, there are only so many carries that Trevor Etienne can get in this backfield. And we like him as a playmaker. We want to get him the ball. Hey, this is a really important and good way to do that. Was that part of the calculus at all?
He's an outstanding catcher. He's a great athlete. You'd love for him to hold the ball for the Panthers. So if it's a special teams play, if it's offensive play, no different there. Same thing with Rico on kickoff return. If you can get another opportunity with one of those guys with the ball, if it comes on special teams, it comes on special teams. So yeah, anybody who we can try to make yards with on any play, let's go for it.
All right. Thanks, Tracy.
Sure.
All right, we'll go over to Mike, followed by Cassidy.
Hey Tracy, good morning.
Hey, Mike.
Hey. Obviously we don't know who your gunners are going to be, but the guys that would be in consideration have pretty notable size speed traits. When you have a guy that is not only fast and can get down the field, but has size and length, how much does that help in that position, especially from a coverage standpoint?
You can get it done, Mike, in all different ways, style-wise. So you kind of have to play to each guy's individual strength. There's been Marcus Sherrills was a gunner for the Vikings for years and years, who was 5'9", and I don't know, 170 pounds or whatever. I was never next to the scale for him, but you can get it done with quickness. You can get it done with speed. The size guys can play through a double team from time to time. You can play in a more physical nature, as some of the gunners here have done in the past. Not to go through individual people, but so we want to have a flexible enough system where whatever your talent is, let's use that. You don't want to fit let's see, a gigantic peg into a tiny box, or the other way, whatever that is. So yeah, if you have a size gunner, can you put him on the kick side and let him run down and try to affect the kick? Sure. Can he go on the backside and deal with a smaller corner? There's all those possibilities. Looking for guys that need to get to the ball. I have to go make this tackle. Special teams comes down to desire, maybe 1A, right with those physical tools. So it's kind of about that. And whatever package that comes in, we try to have enough kind of options where that person can succeed here.
And then I wanted to ask you about Thomas Incoom, who seemed to be affecting literally every play during the preseason that he was in. What is good? What does he do that specifically benefits your system and your core four principles?
He has an outstanding start of every play, offense or special teams. He can explode off of the snap in whatever phase he's in, whether it's backwards or forwards. He has that ability. And then he leads the nation in want to. He is trying absolutely as hard as he can on every play is there, and that's kind of brought him to the edge of what he can possibly do with his abilities. He's had a really nice camp, and expect to see him keep going forward, and really, really expect him to match his potential because of how bad he wants it and how hard he tries.
Thanks, Tracy.
Of course.
Go ahead, Cassidy.
Oh, I forgot you had called on me. My bad. Tracy, y'all have tried some different things with kickoff looks and things like that under the new rules. How much of that do you work on like solely in the off season versus now that we are going into the season? Like how much of that will you tweak during the season as well?
Okay, well, the whole NFL is on game 21, not counting the playoffs of these particular set of rules, so it's still kind of at the beginning. So if something comes up that seems better, that seems like something to try, you have to be open to that. There is a opportunity cost of just changing everything week to week. You lose some of what you're doing. Sometimes, even if you're doing the wrong thing, if you're good at the wrong thing, you're more successful than picking the perfect thing and being bad at it. So there's a balance there. But in all phases, we like to be variable about what we're showing. So what we show in punt return, kickoff return, field goal block, not necessarily the field goal team, but you want to have some options so that you're not easy to defend. So that plays into trying something new because they don't know what's coming. And then maybe by just experimenting, you can kind of like fall into a win surreptitiously.
Awesome. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll go to David, followed by Joe.
Excuse me, a little hoarse here. How you doing? Wanted to ask you on your kicker, Ryan Fitzgerald. What do you, when you go into the game with him as his first game? Do you keep the range you want him to kick a little shorter than normal because it's his first game? You want to give him confidence, or kind of what's the approach with a rookie kicker going into his first game?
Thanks, Dave. Hope you're feeling okay. Yeah, had this situation a couple times before. If you can pick it, you put it on the left hash at the 10-yard line and let him smash, about 5 in a row to get his career started. But that's not really how it goes. We played in Nashville, scorching hot game with the Raiders in 2000, whatever is the right answer, 15 or so. Giorgio Tavecchio, a rookie kicker, and he ended up with his 3 attempts were all from 50 plus. And it's like, that's just how the game goes. And we're still out there servicing the Panthers as the field goal team. So when it's time to go, we got to go. If your question is, would you like it to be closer? Would you like them to make them all yes, 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 and yes, that kind of thing. But we can't say, oh, Ryan's not ready. This is in the middle of 49. I don't know. He looked weird an hour ago. That kind of thing is not part of the job. His job is to show up and go get it done.
What was the first time you saw him that what really stood out to you to make you think he could be our guy?
Well, with all the kickers that came out in the draft, we watched everything he did at Florida State, watched 3 years of his kicks kind of thing, and through some ups and downs, showed some real perseverance, met him at the combine, had him kick here all spring, all those things, and he's been smooth through each step of the process. And with a rookie at any position, everything that's new is new. So how do they handle that? You kind of get to know a person through that way, and he's done well.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Of course.
Yeah. Tracy, on that topic with the rookie, do you have any idea how he will respond to a pressure kick, or is that just something you just put him out there and let's see?
Well, they're all pressure kicks, I would say. I mean, the whole stadium leaves the game and they know how the quarterback played and how the kicker played, and that's about it. So you have to make them all. There's nothing more pressurized than waiting a whole half in your first preseason game, and then there's your kick, and it's the 2-minute warning, and you have to wait for it, and like all those things happen. So they each have some element to that. If that kick is it a little bigger, if it's whatever the kick, maybe. But I promise you, the first one he walks out there, that is the kick for him. So they're all kind of the same in that way.
Thank you.
Sure.
All right, we'll go to League Council next.
Yeah. Hey, Tracy. Just want to go back to your returners. I know that you're not married to the depth chart at this point in time. You haven't even played a game. But just looking at it, like Jimmy Horn Jr., he's sitting there 4th at kick return and 3rd at punt return. What does he need to do to prove to you guys that he can help contribute in that manner, or just any manner, special teams wise, at this stage of his career?
Just continue to develop. That's why we're practicing. He's out there catching every day. He's working on his skills. We have punt return with the team for the first time this week today. So there's another shot at it. It's just going to continue the process step by step. And then you have to be the guy that we all think is the best one to go out there. And that's in the punt return job, that's generally one person. Same thing with kickoff return. So he had some opportunities in the preseason, and we'll continue to have those in practice.
Are there certain nuances that you're hoping to see from him and in terms of his performance to get to where you guys potentially, I guess, saw him throughout the draft process?
No, he's not working on his own individual checklist. It's just general quality of each guy with the entire picture considered as far as their role on offense and defense as well.
Okay, thanks.
All right, we'll wrap up with Mike K.
Hey, Tracy, one more for me. You guys signed DJ Dallas to the practice squad. He had success against the kickoff rule last year. He's also kind of been like an all-around good special teams player that you've had experience with. What does he bring to that unit, and why is he kind of a notable addition that we should pay attention to?
That part's to be determined as far as what his role ends up being as a Panther. But as a Seahawk, his experience at Arizona last year, he's a NFL dual returner who also covers kicks. So he's a valuable backup running back to have, and he's been that kind of his whole career. It helps him that I've known him in the past, so he kind of has a quicker start than everybody else. There's no curveballs are being thrown at him, we'll say, so far. So DJ's a guy that we like to have around. Some of the other coaches are familiar with him as well, and we'll see how his Panther pathway goes.